What's up, y'all? So if y'all clicked on this video, y'all must be just like me, just looking to make a little bit extra money a week and not know what to do to get started. So I was just gonna let y'all guys know what I do. So one of my things that I do is you could part out vehicles. You can go on marketplace, buy a $300 vehicle, a $500 vehicle, and you've got $1,500 $2,000 in parts. Like this vehicle right here has a good run of motor, but I've had people that want parts off of it instead. So I could sell the motor for 400 bucks, but instead I've sold the intake manifold, my intake manifold rotor solenoids. I've sold my variable valve timing solenoids off this motor. I've got probably about 200 bucks out of those parts alone, and I've got parts like a radiator. Those parts right here look brand new. I could probably get 40 bucks out of that condenser right there. Come around to the vehicle, you've got the door. The door was in good shape. I had somebody that wanted the door and the front bumper, paid 200 bucks for those two things. Something like that. They can go online and spend 300 bucks, or they're like, oh man, yeah, I got these, I'll sell them to you for 200 bucks. So this is kind of one of the ideas that I like to do. The vehicle's just got so many good parts on it. The seat, it's seen better days, but you can still sell it to somebody for 50 bucks. But just go and browse Facebook Marketplace, something like that. You could find vehicles all day, 300 to 500 bucks range that, don't run anymore. Go pick them up with the trailer, take them apart them out. I've been keeping this vehicle covered right here at the tarp. That way I don't ruin the inside of the car. But that's one of the many things I like to do to make extra money. Sell the taillights on them. Taillights and headlights, 50 bucks each, or 50 bucks for the set. So selling used vehicle parts, that can be a good way to make some extra money. But it can be kind of slow here and there because, not everybody's looking for parts, and you might not have the specific vehicle, make, model, year that somebody's looking for. So, it can be very hit or miss, and there's not a very big crowd for stuff like that. So one of the other things I like to do, so I'm down here in the coastal region of Texas, I make these flounder gigging lights right here. That's something I'm really big into, is fishing, but I'll custom make these flounder lights, which I'll go ahead and pop on screen how much I make them for, and I'll put all the parts that I use down below in the description. And if you guys would like, I can make a step-by-step video on what I do to make these. But this light right here, I don't know, I think it's somewhere around 40 bucks in parts to make, and you can sell them for 100 bucks a piece all day down here. But this light right here, I haven't put connections on this, but you just put little quick connects right here on the end, and you run it to like a deer feeder battery. You can carry that around. And I've also got another style, but I actually ran out. I sold all of them the other day, but those are on a rechargeable battery. But I've got a couple that I'm currently making. This is mine that I use. I'm not selling that one. That's the first one I ever made. I was like, yeah, this will work. But something like this, just figure out something around where you're at, kind of what might fit the niche of your area, and make something like that to sell. Yeah, but these lights, I've been making them a couple months now, and I think I've probably sold 40 of them, and each light makes about 60 bucks in profit. But I'll make sure I pop up on the screen, and I'll pop everything down below in the description, but everything you can order off Amazon. So I've got these pipes. They're 1-inch pipe. You can order, or you can go to Home Depot, buy a 1-inch by 10-foot pipe, and that'll make 2 lights. I believe they're $9.98 each, so you're what, $4.99 a light right there, just in PVC. I've got some other material inside here that I like to keep. This is the little handle that I get. You can order the handle off Amazon. You can order, you can go get PVC pipe glue or cement. That'll work for, shoot, you can probably make 150 lights with that right there. And it doesn't take a whole lot in tools. But this right here is heat shrink rep. A lot of the time they use them for like fishing poles. Whenever the fishing pole handle goes bad, they'll go and buy this and heat shrink it on there. But that right there works perfectly for these wraps. You can go buy spray paint, and I like to sand my lights, or I'll sand the PVC, and then I'll put some primer on, and then I'll spray paint, which the spray paint, it does come with primer, but it just helps it stick better. But I'll make a step-by-step video if you guys want to see something like that, on how to make something like this, but yeah, the second thing I could say about making some extra money is figure out what people around you want and make a product. Finally, what I'm going to tell you guys, just to make some extra money, is go on Marketplace. There's people posting stuff for free, pretty much pennies that they're just trying to get rid of. Go pick them up. It might be a 5-minute drive down the road, 10-minute drive, but you can get something that might be worth 500 bucks. I picked up these two Miller welding machines, so 230 463 phase. I don't have any of the leads. I don't have the remote or the backpack welder, and I don't have the power cord for them. But I picked up both of these welding machines for 35 bucks. These machines alone, probably 500 pounds each, and you can scrap them out for more than that $35. Or you can do some research beforehand, and these machines alone will sell non-running for about 300 bucks a piece, which I think I've had them for about a week. I've had some people want to trade me, do some stuff like that, but just, yeah, if they don't sell, I'll go scrap them, get my money's back. But just go browse marketplace, look for somebody trying to get rid of some junk, you know, haul off junk for them, or that junk might be able to sell. So if anything I told you guys, you know, y'all find helpful, or y'all do something like that, go ahead and drop a like down below and let me know what you guys do to make some extra money. But if you guys would like to see a tutorial on how to make one of those lights, let me know. So anyways, I'll see y'all guys later. Peace.